In the internet of things nowadays, there's one thing that you have to understand that will make everything simple and clear. It's all about the data. The data and only the data. In the industry of music, things used to be more or less simple. I mean, different. It was more about the product, selling the product and delivering the object to the people. So it was simple. You go to the studio, you do 10 songs. Once you have 10, 15 songs, 20 if you're generous, or if you're in sushi roll, you fill up your 74-minute master. You go to mix, you go to mastering. You take your master to the factory. The factory creates the glass master, which was the main copy. And then from this main copy, the factory prints 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. How many CD you order? And you pay for each CD you print. Imagine you receive your box with, I don't know, 5,000 CDs. Now your goal is to sell these objects. The fans want to listen to your music, and the way for them to listen to your music is to buy the object. Let me show you. One of these, see? So back then, you know, it's like, back then, like it was like 10 years ago, that was the way you would sell music. When I talk about the death of the album, I'm not saying that albums are dead, just these ones, but the object, it's dead now. People don't even have a player to put these in. But what was most important was this. The goal was to have this in the hands of the consumer, so from this, they could listen to the music. So we were in a world where I would say that the business was object driven because we were trying to sell an object. And all this vanished now. We are now in the internet world and everything is data. The songs are data. The songs in there were data too. But then you would have to put them inside of this. Now, all this data is here, all around us. And this changes tremendously what is the most important thing. In a world where people have Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, whatever accounts. 40 million songs to choose from, plus Instagrams, Netflix, 10 euros per month, all you can eat accounts. We're in a world where the most important thing now is the data. Of course, you first have to have your product ready, but once your product is ready, the thing that you have to be like completely about all the time is the data. And what is the data is all the information that you can gather from your listeners. What they listen to, what they like, how they like, where they listen to, what works where. And this is great because back then, when you had this, all you knew was, okay, let's say that song is killing in the radio and that's the song that will sell the whole product. But nowadays, me, for example, as a solo artist, I have maybe, I don't know, way more than 100 songs, but we're gonna say 100. I have 100 songs that are there in my catalog, and they are on iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, etc., etc. And now, because I have access to the data from all the places, the thousands of places where my music is played, I receive the data every day of what is played, where, how much, what are my top songs, what are the songs that people are listening more. So imagine I just released an album, African Prince, and when I released the album, after 1 week, I had a clear picture of what were top 5 songs of the album. And I knew just from the data. So before the album was released, I decided which song I liked more and which song I would do the first video. So I did Mama Way first. But then when the album came out, I knew clearly what were the top 5 songs of the album. So it was Malembe Malembe, clearly that became the hit of the album. So I know it's gonna be my next video. Then it was The Weekend with Fally Ipupa. So I knew this would be either my next or my third video. Then I know that I have I Will with Nelson Freitas, Antelope that are working well. This helps you have your business decision become data driven and not just gut driven. Sometimes, you know, you can keep trying to decide by yourself, like, oh, I feel this song. This is an artistic driven choice. For example, Mama Way, I could wait to release the album and then say, okay, let's shoot that video. But that was my artistic way to say, fuck it, I don't care. I want to release that one. So I released that one, people like it, but I know that the hit of the album is Malembe Malembe because I have access to all the data. If you are into music making, you can use the data to help you decide what are the songs that you're going to invest in terms of videos, promotion, and whatever. If you are into vlogging, for example, content from YouTube, you can see from the data that the YouTube analytics give you which are the videos that work well, what type of video people like more than the others. To give you an example, so I'm working with my girlfriend on her YouTube channel, and I'm helping her with everything that is backstage. Once the videos are ready, I take care of, uploading them, tagging, and all this stuff. And once we start uploading videos, when we had like 20 videos in the channel, we saw quickly from the data that the thing that was working really, really well was the videos about hair, especially a technique that she has of putting hair, like a crochet technique. I don't have a clue about these things, but like she did those videos, and compared to all the videos that were reaching like 30,000 views, 40,000 views, the one where she does the hair reached 200, 500,000 views. And that's where, from the data, we knew what was more popular in her channel. We decided to double down on that content without not doing the rest, but knowing that we're gonna take extra care when we do that content, because we know that she has a fan base and she has a public that is interested in that. Same thing on her Instagram. When we decided to work on her Instagram brand, really looked at what were the best content that generated more likes and more interest for brands, for her as an influencer to receive the products from this brand and then do a partnership and make money from that. We all have access to these data. If you go to your YouTube analytics, or even if you are on Instagram, you can go to your insight. You can see exactly what is creating the more engagement, and then you can tailor your data for that. It doesn't mean that you cannot be creative anymore. Like I always say, it's always about having the right balance in things. Sometimes people just want to be completely artistic and then they complain that the business is not working, and sometimes the people want to be completely business and that they complain that I cannot do what I want. You have to balance, find something, a sweet spot in the middle, or something more in the left or the right, but always try to balance things. And then if you really sometimes want to go completely artistic, crazy, you can go. And then if you want to make money, you can go completely on the left, and then you can balance, fine-tune the thing that works for you. Just realize that we are in a world that is now completely driven by data. All these people who are liking, sharing, posting and reposting, this is data. This is a gold mine that you can completely use on your business. And whatever business you're in, selling beats, selling music, selling art, selling t-shirts, selling photos, or just making photos, or making content, you can really use the data to help you realize the results your content is doing. See you in the next episode of Inspire.